Hi guys, midday snack time. So I thought I'd do a little mukbang video. In other words, I'm going to sit here and eat my midday snack and talk to you at the same time. It is sunny out there at the moment, just a bit. Nanny's watching television, so I come out here in the peace and quiet. That's my neighbour just then. Let's just loosen the camera a bit. No, can't see him out there. He's working on his car, I think. So, what are we eating? Jam donuts. Don't think there's any polite way of eating them. Oh, there's a message just come in. Never mind. So, let's experiment, see if I can take a bite out of a jam donut without it squirting everywhere. First bite was okay. There's the jam. Full of sugar, no doubt. Well, obviously it's covered in sugar and the jam. Not much I can talk about when I'm eating these. I have noticed that they're squirting the jam in from the top, as in those 3 little red marks. Well, there is 3, you can only see 2 of them clearly there. They used to squirt them in from the side. That meant when you bite into them, if you bite into them from the wrong side, the jam just squirts out the other way and lands on your neighbour. Excuse me licking my fingers. To make up for all that jam and sugar, I'm having me coffee, black. Not that I have sugar in my coffee anyway, but I do normally have milk in my tea. Normally, when we used to go out for a regular Saturday meal at the local Chinese restaurant, when we used to live in Bideford, or Westward Ho actually. I used to live in Westward Ho for about 10 years. And we used to go into Barnstable every Saturday and have a proper Chinese meal. And I didn't used to have milk in my tea there, because you don't have milk in your green tea or whatever it is. That used to be one of our regular routines, was Chinese meal. Learn how to use chopsticks properly. I was trying to remember what we used to have as a meal. And I don't remember. Yes, when I was working in Devon, we moved from Bristol to Devon, and we were living in Westward Ho, as I just said. Nice house overlooking the sea. $14 years, I think we were there. 1994 to 2008, 2009-ish. It's funny, I used to live there overlooking the sea. Very rarely went down actually onto the seafront. You'd think you'd go every day or something, wouldn't you? I'm going to lick my fingers here. But unfortunately I was working there. I wasn't on holiday there. So missed most of it. A very long sandy beach at Westward Ho. Let's move you up again. Popular with surfers. Popular with windsurfers as well, and kite surfers. When we moved down there, I took all my fishing rods because I used to do beach casting. That wasn't me. Somebody sent me a message. It's just coming up on the side there. It's obviously my wife and my daughter having a conversation on Facebook Messenger, I think that is. Anyway, that's about it really. I've finished me jam donuts. Haven't finished me coffee yet. Oh, somebody did ask me if that's a merchandise mug. Not this particular one. My merchandise mugs don't have the red border. I just had a couple of these printed when I ordered some business cards. Merchandise. There's something to talk about. When you look at my videos, down underneath them, down here somewhere, there's a Teespring shop, as they call it, with my merchandise on it. I don't know if I actually sold anything through Teespring, but it's the only shop that YouTube allows that sort of thing. There must be some tie-in between Teespring and YouTube. If you look in my video description, well before Teespring was a thing, I've had Redbubble and Cotton Cart merchandise. Excuse me. Don't sell very much of it, probably 1 or 2 items a year if I'm lucky. But there's complete range there. There's t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, stretch pants or whatever it is the women wear, dresses, iPhone covers, laptop covers, coffee cups, clocks, bedspreads. I can't imagine anybody wants my Grandad logo on their bedspread, but they're available on, which one's that? Cotton Cart, Redbubble. Redbubble. Cotton Cart has most of the sort of clothing type things. Redbubble is the one that does all these other things, like I say, clocks and wall hangings and curtains and all sorts of things. I say, it's not all just my logo either. There's a few pictures on there. Somebody suggested that some of my pictures would be handy things on merchandise, so I did a few of them. There's quite a few arty things, some railway items. When I did a walk along a railway, there's not, well, no, I don't think there are trains as such, but it's the associated stuff, the nails that go into the things that hold the rails in place. There's some ducks, kites. It's quite a range of stuff. I don't push it at all. I used to have a sort of advert for it in my end screen, but I haven't been using those end screens for ages. Years.
Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. My second channel, Grandad's Other Channel, is where I put the longer videos with more detail. Then there's my Facebook page, and you can follow me on Twitter. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. And if you fancy some Grandad merchandise, I have 2 shops, one on Redbubble and the other on Cotton Cart. Finally, you can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.
There's even, on those ones, there's even a link to my Pinterest. Not Pinterest, no, sorry. Patreon. Completely different thing. Yeah, Patreon. It's something that most YouTubers seem to have. I've got it. I think I've got about 5 Patreon supporters. 4 or 5. I did have as many as 12 at one time, but I don't put much on the Patreon site because I've never sort of considered it as a going concern. It's there because people have asked me how they can donate to my channel, so I looked around and decided to have a go at Patreon. But it's never been a big earner at all. I mean, if you can imagine 5 people on Patreon at $1 each a month, then Patreon takes their cut out of it. Yeah, you can probably see why I don't do much on it. If I had thousands of people on Patreon, then it might be a bit different. But all you really do is you put videos on there that are on YouTube anyway, but they're private, so that only Patreon viewers can see them. So what I do, when somebody wants some information and I have to do a video specifically for them, then I usually put it as unlisted, give them the link so they can see it, and I also put it on Patreon so that my 5 Patreon viewers can see it in advance. And then I put it into my schedule. My schedule of videos are usually running about 2 weeks ahead now. At one time it was about 2 months ahead, but I've cut back on the number of videos I do. So yeah, Patreon, it's there, and yeah, I put videos on there so people can see them early, but I don't do it as a regular basis. When I started it, then I was doing a regular Patreon video, but yeah, I don't do that. Coffee or Ko-fi, K-O-F-E, is another link on my video description there for people who feel the need to send me money. And then, as I say, there's Redbubble and Cotton Cart and Teespring. That's all merchandise. And then the other links that are in the video description are my Facebook page, my Twitter, Pinterest, which I mentioned earlier but in the wrong context. What's the other one? Can't think what it's called now. Not that it matters. But yeah, there's various ways of getting in contact with me in the video description there. I don't think many people look at video descriptions. I put a lot of effort into my video descriptions, put associated playlists and video links and information about the actual video that you've just watched. Lots of it in there. Do it every time. Just trying to think if I've got any of my proper merchandise mugs. I think I bought some and gave them to my daughters. Certainly gave them some of the t-shirts, which they obviously greatly appreciated. Right, so that's a mukbang video. I've eaten my jam donuts, I've drunk my coffee, and I've talked to you. And looking at that down there, where are we? Down at the bottom of the screen. Oh, big finger. Yeah, down at the bottom of the screen I've got a clock. You can't see it, but I got a clock there. And I've rambled on for 16 minutes, so this video will go on to my other channel, where I put the long rambling videos. Ah, there you go. I can just ramble for a little bit longer. Currently, I have 4 channels. Grandad is an Old Man, which is the main channel, which I've had for since 2013, although I think it says I started it in 2012. And then there's Grandad's other channel, literally that's what it's called. That's where I stick these long rambling videos. I used to get complaints that the videos were too short and too fast. You can't make everybody happy, can you? So I do longer videos, usually the same video without the editing. So they can be much longer videos, and they're on my other channel. And then Rubber Band Power, because that was popular, I did a separate channel for Rubber Band Power, so that's called Put a Rubber Band on It. And then, because people keep saying, can you do gaming videos? I don't do gaming, really. But with the new phone that I've got, it does download and play games quite well. So on this gaming channel, which is called Number 4, because it's my 4th channel, I stick screen recordings of the games that I've been playing. I usually play them, just play the introduction and the first few levels, just to see if they're interesting. Most of these games that are free, they let you play the first few levels without sticking too many adverts in them. And then once you get past a certain point, then every few minutes or every level you get an advert to watch. So they actually take me longer to edit out all those adverts than they do to play the game. So I find them quite frustrating, but I've done a few of them. I did have another channel before I did Grandad is an Old Man. Yeah. which, funny enough, did have gaming videos on it when I used to play online games. So that was pre-2012. In fact, that was quite a long way pre-2012. Must have been, gosh, when did YouTube start? 2009, 2008, 2007, something like that. I used to put game videos on there because, like most people, when you're playing online games, you're convinced that everybody else is cheating, that they've got some sort of hack or robotic thing or something or other, and you're convinced that everybody else is cheating because you're doing so badly and they're all doing so well. So you do screen captures of when you think they're cheating. That's probably what started YouTube for me. But all those videos, I've deleted those. I very much doubt whether people were cheating, but you get it in your head that, how did they do that? How were they so much quicker than me? The truth was probably I was just useless at the game. Yeah. Well, that's just extended the video another 5 minutes, hasn't it? I was going to stop 5 minutes ago. Okay, that's a bit of history, bit of waffle, bit of chat. Somebody might like watching this, so thank you for watching. Oh, I'll do an end screen. Yeah, see if I can remember this. Up here, latest video on YouTube. Down here, my channel. Up here, a video that YouTube thinks you'll like. I got those wrong actually, they're the other way around. Let's do that again then, waste a bit more time. Up here is a video that YouTube thinks you'll like based on your viewing pattern on my channel. Down here is my channel, so have a look there if you want to subscribe or see what else I do. Up here is the latest video on my channel. And down here is an associated playlist, which in this case will probably be my Muckbang playlist, where you can watch all my other videos of me eating and talking. Thank you for watching.